Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. That's God's phrase. Too many times we want to take vengeance into our own hands and get revenge and make things right. Uh, but God is the one that takes care of revenge. We should allow Him to work out His justice through the appropriate means rather than getting revenge and justice ourselves. We see God doing that for the sake of the sons of Gideon. Abimelech, if you remember, killed 70 of the 70 sons of Gideon. And Abimelech is now ruling over Israel for 3 years. He's ruling over the entire nation. And then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the leaders of Shechem. There is a very interesting phrase. God himself is sending this demon between Abimelech and the leaders of Shechem. And God's sending and using the dark forces, giving them over, if you will, to the evil forces that they have submitted themselves to already, um, is going to bring the judgment upon the people of Shechem. So what the people of Shechem did is that they put men in ambush against Abimelech, against all of the people that were associated with Abimelech. And so when they were going through the mountains, they robbed all who passed by. And then, of course, the king, Abimelech, was told of, of this raiding that the people of Shechem were doing. And then a fellow by the name of Gaal, the son of Ebed, moved into Shechem. And the leaders of Shechem put their confidence in them. They said, "Oh, we like you, Gaal. You're really good. You're a good leader." And so when he came in, he was leading there. They said, "Man, he just talks really good. He's got some really good ideas. We like him. He's a good man." And so they then gather a bunch of fresh grapes and they tread them out in the wine press. They have all this fresh new wine, and they have a major festival, and then they go into the house of their god, Baal, and they eat and they drink and they revile Abimelech. They say, "Let's talk about how bad King Abimelech is and how terrible he is and how wonderful Gaal is." And then Gaal says, "Well, who is this Abimelech anyway? And who are we of Shechem that we should serve him? Why on earth are we serving him anyway? Is he not the son of Gideon? And is not Zebul his officer? Like, why should we be submitting to them?" Apparently, Zebul was kind of the magistrate or leader on behalf of Abimelech while Abimelech was gone, because we'll see Zebul in here in just a moment. He said, "Well, shouldn't we serve the men of Hamar, the father of Shechem? Shouldn't we be following these people rather than following Abimelech? Oh, that these people were under my hand," he says. You all would be doing so much better if you were under me, because I would remove Abimelech, and I would even challenge Abimelech, say, "Get your army and come on out." So when Zebul, the ruler of the city, remember he is the one that is a magistrate on behalf of Abimelech, when he heard what was happening, he got angry. And then he sent messengers to Abimelech and he said, "Here's what you need to do. Gaal, the son of Ebed, are stirring up the city against you. And here's what you need to do. At nighttime, you need to get your army together and you need to set an ambush in the field in the middle of the night. And then in the morning, as soon as the sun comes up, then you need to rush upon the city and attack them. And when he and the people who are with him come out against you, you may do to them as your hand finds to do. You can take care of them and defeat them and run them out." So that's what Abimelech does. He gets his army together and he sets up an ambush in the middle of the night. And then the very next morning, Gaal, this leader now of Shechem, he goes out to the gate of the city and he's looking at everything and how great everything is. He probably is just thinking, "Man, everybody is for me and supporting me, and I'm going to take care of Abimelech. Man, my plan is working out just well." So as he's looking out on the mountains, Abimelech and his army gets up, and they get up from their ambush and they're running at the city. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, which I'm wondering if Zebul was right beside him as he was doing that. And he knows the plan that's coming out. He's getting ready to watch what happens. And he says, "Zebul, hey, there are people coming down from the mountaintops." And then Zebul says, "No, you're mistaken. Those are shadows of the mountains. you're misseeing what that is. And then he looks somewhere else. He looks in the middle of the mountains. He says, look, people are coming down from the center of the land, and one company is coming from the direction of the diviner's oak. All of these, this is an army that's coming against us, Zebul. What are you going to do? And then he says, where is your mouth now? What are you going to do about this? You said, who is Abimelech that we should serve him? Are not these people whom you despised? Go now and fight with them. Like, this is Abimelech. You've been talking a big talk against them. So you need to go out and fight them and attack them if you think you're so great. So Gaal went out at the head of the leaders of Shechem, and he fought with Abimelech. So they gathered together, closed the gates, and then went out and fought them, but they lost. And Abimelech chased Gaal. Can't say his name now. Gaal. They chased him, and he fled before them, and many fell wounded of Shechem up to the entrance of the gate. And Abimelech lived at Armorah, and Zebul drove out Gaal and his relatives so that they could not dwell at Shechem. Now, what is interesting here is that we do know that the Lord is using all of this to bring punishment upon Abimelech. At this point, Abimelech does not seem to have received his punishment, but the story is continuing in our reading tomorrow. Remember, God says, vengeance is mine. So don't take vengeance for yourself. Let the Lord work it out. Be obedient to him, do the right thing, and let God take care of the justice part. Pray that's been a help to you, and I'll see you in the next video.